Hello everyone, this is Swan. First of all, this is a voice reveal, so cool. Well, actually not really, because I might be sick, and I don't have a mic, so it doesn't sound that good either. But, yeah, so hashtag Swan voice reveal. Secondly, I meant to make this video like a month ago, but like while I was editing, I completely forgot that I was making it, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna start over. So here it is now. So basically in this video I'm just going to be talking about my problems with things that's been going on with Black Swan recently, and my like kind of not anger but just like how upset I am about it. Basically, like I don't really know how to describe it, but like you'll understand if you keep watching how I feel. So I first want to start with when I heard that Black Swan was gonna get a new member, because that's where like all of the issues really started. So to be honest, I know that a lot of Luminas were really upset about that, but honestly I didn't care because I know that they were kind of like made to be a 5-member group anyway, so I didn't really have a problem with them adding a 5th member, because like also I'm a huge Red Velvet stan who loves Yeri, so it would be kind of stupid for me to hate the new Black Swan member but love Yeri. That's kind of hypocritical. So I was going to go into the whole thing with an open mind, because you know I was gonna welcome her with open arms, whoever it was gonna be. Like months go by, they pick Shreya and Gabby as the final members, which at first I thought was really weird because I thought they were only picking one, and then they picked both Shreya and Gabby, which made me think that Leia was leaving because of the whole her and Fatsu thing that happened, which I might make a video on that later, because I have a whole other discussion on that whole problem. But yeah, I was happy for both of them. Like honestly, I was like, you know what, they both deserve to be popular. They both seem like really nice and talented girls, so I was like, okay, whatever, I'll let them join. And they had the interviews, and I saw them say, oh, we met the members and they were super nice and super kind to us, and I was like, oh, that sounds so sweet. And people were talking about how Judy and Youngkoon didn't follow Shreya or Gabby on Instagram, which for me, like that was a oopsie on my part, because I should have known that meant that something was up with them. But then like a few weeks later, I think it was, I don't know the exact date, but I was scrolling on Instagram and I see a picture of the 4, Leia, Judy, Youngkoon, and Fatu posted, and I was like, oh, they've already posted this picture. So I looked at the caption to see what it was all about. I thought maybe it was a new comeback or something. They just decided not to use an updated photo for some reason. And tell me why I see that they said that Judy and Youngkoon will no longer be participating with Black Swan or being in Black Swan, and that they're leaving. So I was already upset because for those of you who don't know, Youngkoon is my bias. I literally love Youngkoon so much, and then I just see that she's leaving when like a group that I love, like without any warning either. Like that's the thing that gets me the most angry about this problem, is the fact that we had no warning. I don't care what anybody says, like, oh, we should have expected it. There was no warning. I don't care about what was going on with Rania and how I should have expected it because that's how Rania went. I don't care. I feel like we should have known that there was a graduation concept, because how are you going to introduce the graduation concept 2 years after the group's debut? So I was already mad about that, and then it made me realize that in 2 years, Batu isn't going to be in the group either. And then 2 years after that, Shreya and Gabby aren't going to be in the group either. So of course this made me upset, and it probably made a lot of other Luminas upset too, because who wouldn't be upset about that? And like I don't know what in the world DR is thinking. Like I'm actually curious, like what goes through their CEO's mind to think that telling people, that telling an entire fan base, like one of the only groups that's actually keeping your company relevant, telling their fan base that, oh, the members are actually going to be switching out every 2 years. Like, literally, what is going through your mind to think, yeah, this is definitely an amazing idea, and we are geniuses for doing this. But also, it makes me wonder if they even knew the graduation concept thing was happening, because firstly, there was a clip that I saw when the new member thing was first announced of the original 4 members saying that they didn't know why they were getting a new member, meaning that they didn't know about the graduation concept either, which also makes me super annoyed. So I'm assuming that the graduation thing wasn't planned when they first debuted. I think, well, honestly, no, I don't know why they just did that. Probably because I think Judy and Younghoon wanted to leave anyway, because let's be honest, they got 0 solo promotions while in that group, because literally as soon as they left, Judy got her own like solo photo shoot, which shows that DR really did not care about her or Younghoon, honestly, because they have the ability to go out and do their own things. DR just was holding them back. And the thing is that it's just so obvious that there's favoritism with Fatu and Leia, and I'm not hating on Fatu or Leia for that, because that isn't their fault, because like it's obvious that the reason why they were getting so much solo promotion was because Leia was Brazilian and Fatu was Senegalese, so of course they were going to get more promotion than the Korean members, since that's the reason why so many people got interested in the group in the first place. But like, I give them something, like that was when they were in the group. Like, I was thinking that, like, when are they gonna get their own thing? Like, any time that they were somewhere, they were with the other members, like, as a full group. Like, they were never on their own, like, promoting, like, by themselves. So, I really don't blame them for leaving the company, because I would have done the exact same thing. Also, because of the fact that they were barely getting comebacks anyway. Like, they debuted 2 years ago, and they've only released 2 songs. Well, they technically released 4, but 2 title tracks in the span of 2 years, and that's like a Blackpink schedule. But the problem with blackswan is that they can't afford to have a Blackpink schedule, because Blackpink is like one of the biggest girl groups in the world right now. And blackswan, in case you don't know anything about blackswan, they kind of aren't that, like, at all. Like, they're from a super small company, so there's no way they're gonna have the money they're gonna have the success every comeback if they're only coming back one time a year. And I feel like they were using the whole graduation concept thing as a way to maybe cover that up, because, like, again, that's a weird thing to introduce 2 years into the group's debut, since it just comes to more of a surprise when it just seems out of nowhere. Also, I feel like the fact that the members that were to leave for the Korean members, I feel like that is just going to cause a problem. Well, honestly, it's already causing a problem, because as soon as that happened, I saw a whole bunch of people who weren't Luminas getting upset at the fact that there weren't any Korean members anymore. Like, I feel like DR should know that that's going to cause a problem, knowing how international K-pop stans are. Like, they hate the idea of non-Koreans being in K-pop. Well, no, they hate the idea of non-East Asians being in K-pop. Let me correct myself. Because they will only come for people like Gabby, Leia, Fatu, Shreya for being into K-pop, because K-pop is only for Koreans in their minds. But they won't come for Lisa, Momo, Chewie, Bam Bam, you know, other East Asian idols that aren't Korean, because they have a fetish. I don't care what anyone says. They have a weird East Asian fetish, and they think and they got into K-pop because of it. Like, that's what my mind is starting to think. Plus, groups with a whole bunch of member changes tend to get a whole bunch of hate anyway, so even if they still kept the Korean members, like, they still would have gotten a whole bunch of hate for that anyway. Like the whole member change thing is just going to give people more and more excuses to bring blackswan down, because they were doing it anyway. Like, ever since they debuted, people were hating on Fatu predominantly. Like, the amount of times I've seen people who weren't even Korean say bad things about Fatu just because of the fact that she was black is absolutely just, like, literally crazy to me. Like, you guys are so openly racist. Like, like, the amount of open racism you guys have towards this woman is absolutely insane. Like, she's never hurt anybody. And you guys are, like, calling her slurs, calling her a whole bunch of racist names. Like, and, like, I don't know, like, just for the fun of it, or maybe it's a fetish thing. Like, I don't know, like, what it is about Fatu that makes some of these K-pop fans so angry. Like, if you don't like her, then just don't listen to her music. Like, is it that difficult? Is it that difficult to not listen to people you don't like? Or maybe I'm going crazy, maybe I'm the problem. Honestly, with the way things are going, because Gabby already gets a lot of hate. Like Fatu gets hate, and so does Gabby. Like, I haven't seen a whole bunch of people hate on Shreya yet, which, I mean, I'm kind of not surprised that I don't see people hating on Shreya, because literally, how could you hate her? She's like one of the sweetest people ever. It's a bit crazy, but like, I've seen a lot of people hating on Gabby for being white, and it's like, just give the girl a break. I mean, this video is already getting long, so I'm just gonna kind of close it off here. I just wish the best for Fatu, Gabby, and Shreya. Leia too, I guess, but yeah, Fatu, Shreya, and Gabby, I wish the best luck to you, because you guys are going to be struggling for the next 2 years, Gabby and Shreya the next 4 years, because of the terrible company and terrible circumstances that you guys are under. And hopefully, when you're able to leave, things will get better for you guys, because it really needs to. Because really, I hope that this group will just help you get popular, and then you have more opportunities to do what you want in the future. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want me to do a video on the Leia and Fatu situation that happened earlier this year, or was it last year? I don't remember. No, it was last year. That happened last year. Please comment below and let me know if you want me to talk about that. And I hope Black Swan gets a comeback soon. Yada yada yada. Goodbye. Love you guys so much.